Welcome back to the channel, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I am working on the tracks for the Takom M60A1 with ERA. These tracks come from AFV Club, and in a previous video I showed how to put these individual link tracks together. I am now going to show you how I like to color and weather them. I have airbrushed these tracks with Tamiya NATO Black, and I have created a sludge with oil paints. This is a mixture of black, brown, and a bit of white in order to create the color of dirt, which I'm going to depict as a dark, grayish, sandy color. This has been heavily thinned with turpenoid, so the sludge runs all around the contours. You'll notice that I'm not picky about how this is applied, just making sure to get the product on. Next, I will use a heat gun to speed up the drying time. Then I will brush or airbrush on a coat of flat varnish. The next step is to scuff different colors of pastel chalk. The chalk has been crushed to a fine powder, and I am attempting to mix and match about 4 different colors in a random fashion. As I apply these pastels, I will add a bit of turpenoid to help fix the powders into the surface. I applied the flat varnish before this step, since the turpenoid could activate the initial sludge wash. Now the tracks look quite convincing and match my references as well. Out of caution, I decided at this point to paint and weather a few spare individual links just in case I need to add some extras once I start to add the track around the wheels. Returning to the body of the vehicle, as you recall from the previous video, a gloss coat was applied, and next I applied the only decals needed for this vehicle. My references showed a simple USMC label followed by a 6-digit number. Since I figured many vehicles would share the first few digits but have a different set of final numbers, much like you would find on raffle tickets, I cut out the first 3 numerals from the decals provided in the kit and added the last 3 digits from a different vehicle. I am not depicting a specific vehicle found in my references, but rather a vehicle that possibly existed. Once the decals are placed and positioned, I applied Solvaset decal setting solution. After another layer of gloss was applied over the dry decals, the model was ready for a wash. This wash was made with oil paints, black and brown, and thinned heavily with turpenoid. I always begin this process and all other weathering processes at the bottom of the vehicle. This way I can test out colors and not be too worried about mistakes being noticed. It's important to get the wash in tight crevices and corners, so I always work in around the bogies first. You'll see that I am not careful with the application of the wash, but rather slop it around. Once the wash is dried, I wipe away the excess with Q-tips or an old paintbrush. I focus on the surfaces, either wiping the surface clean or pushing the wash back into other crevices. This is a process that really allows the decals of the vehicle to stand out and starts to make a model look more like a real vehicle rather than just a toy. I hope this video has helped you, and if so, please hit subscribe to follow along in future builds. I may have one more video on this kit, then we'll move on possibly to the AFV Club M113 APC. Thanks for watching.